videos from all over the internet that's going to flip your perspective. Let's just start.
Most of the women you encounter will have some kind of connection to another man, which is a no-go. I don't care if he's a mentor, he's a friend, he's an ex, but we don't like each other anymore. And the important thing is not that you cut them off, but rather that she cut them off. And you'll see the true purity of the woman when she arrives to you with all of those connections severed. Whereas otherwise, you're getting a woman who is polluted with the spirit of other men, in some cases polluted with the semen of other men, and she will always be torn, and she will not have clarity in herself as to who to follow or how to follow. Her natural sense of right and wrong will constantly be interrupted, and she will not feel the natural repugnance and repulsion from other males, for she is already for the streets.
Yes, I said women want a woman in a man's body. What do I mean by that? Many women and men do not understand what exactly are masculine and feminine energy and how that is manifested on the physical plane, or also known as the material plane. A lot of y'all do a lot of talking, a lot of repeating, but not a lot of studying and actually reading about masculine and feminine energy. If you understood yin and yang.
5 things I wish somebody told me when I got engaged. Number 1, it's okay to get married at the courthouse. My husband and I did it because we didn't have no daggone money. We was broke, okay? And I really wouldn't change it for the world. Half the people that I thought were going to be in my wedding, I don't even talk to no more. It really is just going to be you, him, and Jesus. So why not start the marriage that way? Number 2, keep people out your business. Keep mama, daddy, friend, all your friends. Keep them out of your business. Literally, marriage is between you and him and Jesus. Number 3, wait at least a year to have a baby. I got pregnant 3 months after we got married. And I love my baby, but I truly wish I had some time to travel and relax with my man. Number 4, go to marriage counseling. You don't need to wait until your marriage is in trouble or on the rocks before you go to marriage counseling. It is very helpful, very demure, very mindful. Number 5, and this is in no specific order, keep God first. Keep God at the center of your relationship. A little bonus tip too, Bible study together. It makes a difference. Have a blessed one.
Have you ever befriended a woman where the friendship started off with her saying to you, you know, when I first met you, I didn't really like you, but after I got to know you a bit, yeah, I'm really happy that we became friends. I'm here to tell you that she still doesn't like you. Okay. I'm here to tell you that she revels every time something bad happens to you, or is waiting for something bad to happen to you so that she can feel happy. Have your eyes open, people. That dislike that she had for you, that dislike that she brought into the friendship to start it off with, it never really goes away.
Did y'all hear about the lady that was with her 6-year-old daughter who was purchasing a TV, and you know the greeter tried to check her receipt and she didn't have the receipt. I don't know why she didn't get a receipt, but it must have flew away or something. She kept walking past the greeter person because she knew she paid for the TV. The greeter called the police and said that somebody is trying to steal. The police comes. They know that this police always, like, she's like an aggressive police officer. She ends up being on the greeter side and tackles the lady. So the lady is on the ground, and I guess she like had her in a chokehold or something. The little girl was in the front seat. The little girl went in the glove compartment, got a gun out of the glove compartment, which was her mother's, and she shoots the police in the eyes. And the police officer dies. Like, that is such an unfortunate situation.
What is the number one thing people like that people dissolve their marriages over?
It used to be money. Now I really believe that social media has changed the entire landscape of relationships. The entire landscape. I remember when I started on divorce court, you never hear about it.
Yeah.
Now it's the go-to feel-good device when she's getting on my nerves or he's getting on my nerves. I used to have to leave the house to cheat. Now I can cheat on you sitting next to you.
Easy access.
With easy access. And we are not creatures willing to deal with a lot of discomfort.
Right.
So instead of having the argument with you, I go online, do some subtext, Facebook, a guy from junior high says hello, who's not currently getting on my nerves. Next thing you know,
Or
there's an error made.
All right, y'all.
Crazy, yeah?
What would you have done in this situation? The side chick went and confronted the man that she been sleeping with while he was with his wife. Things turned a little
Spicy.
just a little ugly. But watch the ending. What would you have done? This is crazy, y'all. So wild. Check it out.
So your ex wants 50-50 to not have to pay that much in child support. I said what I said. I know there's going to be people in my comments saying, what if they want the kid 50% time? Kudos. There are people out there that do want their kids 50% of the time. But there are some people out there who want their kid 50% of the time to not pay the child support that they would be required to pay if they did the real schedule that would be the best for the kids. Okay? There are people out there who have worked 60-hour weeks, who have a job that there's no way possible they could do a 50-50 schedule. Their friends and family will be doing the schedule. They will not be doing the schedule. They don't even have clothes or a bedroom, toys, nothing at their house, and they want a 50-50 schedule. Why? Because they want the discounted child support. You can disagree with me. I'm not saying it's everyone. I'm saying it's some of y'all. Some of y'all want 50-50 schedule to cut down on that child support. I said what I said. You know how I know this? I literally have clients who are divorcing people that say, please just put 50-50 on the paperwork and you can have the kid whenever you want. In writing on the old computer, they write it. So don't come for me. Come for the people that write that stupid shit.
That woman don't like you for real unless she's starting to get weird on you. Let me put you on game. If she's not doing at least one of the things I'm about to name, she's really not locked in. If it doesn't feel like she's trying to live in your skin, like literally get inside of your skin, she's not that into you. She'll have her ear to your stomach. She listening to your heartbeat, listening to your stomach growl. She don't care. When a woman is in love, she could be right on top of you, skin to skin. She wants to be closer, which doesn't make sense, but she still wants that. Another one of those weirdo things that they do is that they bite you at some point throughout the day at random. Y'all could be out to eat, you could be sitting on the couch, you could be in the car, they gonna bite your arm.
My husband is currently on vacation with his mistress, and I am going to confront them. So last month, I actually found out that my husband was using his work trips as an excuse to leave and go cheat with one of his married coworkers who lives across the country. Mind you, this was a complete accident. How was it an accident? He sent screenshots of purchases that he made for our children, and on the bottom of that screenshot was an order that was actually delivered to this woman. So the concerned wife and me looked everything up. I wanted to see if I can find any sort of evidence, and I ended up finding out that the November trip was actually a romantic getaway, and the one that they're currently on is a luxurious vacation with like couples massages, couples cooking, everything, all the works. He's paying for it with our money. This man was so sweet that he actually mailed this girl gifts for Christmas. Very, very sweet. But then he also purchased sexy lingerie. He sent her money on Venmo. And now he's planning a trip in January. Isn't that very romantic? Because it's all coming out of both of our pockets. At this point, who wouldn't be furious? Who wouldn't be pissed the fuck off? But I have to keep my composure because I need to be a lady and I need to figure some shit out. So here comes my plan. This morning he left for his work trip, apparently, but I made sure to gather all the evidence that I can get. All the reservations, confirmations, text messages, everything about the affair. I gathered every piece of information. I decided to write a 10-page letter to this man about all the information, all the evidence and everything. I put it inside of an envelope and I taped it to the lining of his suitcase. At the moment, I am just waiting for both of them to check in because yes, I do know the reservation time, okay? I know when they're supposed to check in, obviously. And I am going to send a group text message to him and the mistress, wishing them the best of luck and how I need a divorce and hopefully they're able to enjoy their trip. And of course, I need to mention that letter that's in the lining of his suitcase, because I also need to tell him that I wrote her a special section in that letter, and that if she does not want to read it, I have her email address, so I'm more than happy to send it to her or her parents, because apparently he also had their emails. So currently they are flying. They're in the air. I have to wait until they land so that I can actually send them a text message to let them know how I feel. So just stay tuned.
Woman to woman, okay? If a man ever says to you or is insinuating that you are unfaithful, or that you may have slept with someone, or you're talking to someone, or you're acting unfaithful while you're with someone or committed to somebody, I'm telling you right now, they have done something. They are fucking guilty. They are just putting it on you. When I was receiving these comments, I was so confused. I was like, I have absolutely done nothing. And then when I went through the phone, because as I've told you guys, you need to go through the phone, there I had the evidence.
Just a few months ago, captured on a relative's cell phone during their family's Thanksgiving celebration. 11-year-old London Wilson, dancing, laughing, and full of life.
Child should be in the basement.
Thursday, police responding to reports of a child in cardiac arrest. When they arrived at the family's Middle River home, London was found dead in the basement.
Not conscious, not breathing.
The girl's mother, 34-year-old Keona Dillon, now charged with her murder. According to charging documents, investigators finding bruises on London's neck and arms, as well as blood around her mouth, nose, and hands. They also found a plastic drain cleaner on the floor that they believe Dillon used to strangle her daughter. When interviewing Dillon, detectives claim she was acting erratically and said groups of people were trying to set her up. She also believed London was in a relationship with the child's father and admitting to killing 4 of the family's pets to show her daughter what would happen to her if she didn't tell the truth. During Dillon's bail review hearing, the erratic behavior continuing. She demanded to represent herself in court and shouted fictitious law numbers at the judge. After denying bail, the judge appointing Dillon a public attorney and ordering a competency evaluation. Behind the scenes, the victim's aunt speaking out on social media, saying in the days leading up to the incident, Dillon exhibited alarming behavior, such as sharing disoriented and concerning messages on Facebook. The aunt claiming she made numerous calls to local agencies, but was repeatedly rerouted. Dillon's criminal history is extensive. In 2005, when she was just 15 years old, she was convicted of attempted murder. In 2018, convicted of second-degree assault. And in 2021, accused of harassment and threatening to commit arson. Dillon never showing in court, sparking a warrant for her arrest in 2022. Years later, Baltimore County Police never serving it.
I spoke to one guy. We were getting on, chatting. He asked me where I was from, age, Like, the vibes were there. I thought he was cute. I know that he thought I was cute, evidently. And then I thought, let me just throw in, like, do you have any children? So I asked him, do you have any kids? And he was like, no. He was 36. And I was like, oh, okay, that's okay, fine. Then he asked me, do you have any kids? I was like, yeah, I've got 2. When I tell you guys, the vibe changed. The vibe changed instantly. And I was like, this is why I always say about kids up front. I don't feel any way about it. But I know some people don't like, they don't want someone with kids. And that's fine. But it was just awkward. And I could tell he was like wondering, how do I get out of this? So I just helped him out. I just kind of deaded the conversation and was like, yeah, I'm going to go. But yeah, it just makes me think if there's any like single parent speed dating or dating mixer events, I feel like I'll prefer to go to that because, yeah, I don't know.
Okay, here's another prime example of how I know some of y'all are slow. You totally betrayed the trust within your relationship, and now you're trying to tell this other person how to navigate through their emotions based on your misdeeds.
Yeah, right.
No.
That's crazy.
Nobody's going to believe you and trust you just because you stated, I'm sorry. This person gave you enough space and enough freedom to give you the opportunity to plan their face. So if you truly love and respect this person, you need to show significant change in your behavior to save that relationship. to where you move differently on social media, to you change your number, something to that effect. But I'm going to tell you what's going to happen, because a lot of y'all have that ego. If you have that idiotic mindset, if you're not going to change the way you do things, you're going to jump from body to body to body to body the rest of your life. And when you open up to that right person, they're going to hurt your feelings. Because nobody wants to deal with the anxiety the rest of their life knowing this individual may be a cheater. Believe your comment in the comment section. But y'all grown. You're going to do what you want to do.
Story time about how I thought I found the love of my life, and he played me like a fool. Had me sitting here. So y'all, found the man. I thought he was the one. We good. Everything's going straight. I'm thinking it's the one, y'all. I'm thinking, yes, I can post you. I'm good. I never have to worry about nobody saying nothing. The opposite. The opposite. Y'all, my man work. He work late nights. He's a hardworking man. He like, yeah, princess, whatever you want, I got it. Yeah. I can get a large. Yes, y'all, he was that type of man. Like, you want something, you got. I thought I hit the score. The great Amazon package that came in an hour. I thought that's what I had. Y'all, he sleep. Right? He sleep. So I'm texting his phone, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, babe, like, is you up? He sleep. That's what I came to realize. He sleep. So y'all post on my Instagram or whatever. I'm like, y'all, like, looking good, bored, my man sleep. He sees it. Are you mad at me? Did I say something? Did I not answer your call? Did you find out about something? What did I do? Y'all, he looks again. So now I'm like low-key confused. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Right? So now I go to my close friends. So I only put him in it. So I type or whatever. I'm like, oh yeah, babe, like, why you just watching my story and not responding? He watches it again. Don't say nothing though. So then I add his name and I say, babe, what's going on with you? Why you not answering my phone call? Why did somebody text me and say, are you dating him? Duh, stupid. If I just said, babe, why you not answering the phone? And I just added this man, why would you Are you dumb?
I'm so tired of this transactional relationship era that we're living in. Every single relationship that we have has to be transactional.
Yeah, right.
Why? Why does it have to be what he's doing for me? What bag he bought me? What trip he took me on? Where we're going? Like, come on now. What happened to genuine love? What happened to genuinely pouring into somebody? What happened to genuinely knowing somebody? We got to get back to that. We got to go back to really, really wanting to have genuine and honest and open relationships. I'm so tired of the transactional relationships. Like,
I don't know if you call it gatekeeping or if someone just never bothers to tell you, but here's all of the random stuff that I wish someone had said to me long before the age of 54. You're not overwhelmed. You're just overcommitted to things that don't matter. Your fear of rejection and worrying about what people who don't matter think is keeping you from opportunities that are meant for you. If you don't learn to manage money, money will always manage you. You're not behind in life. You're just unwilling to sacrifice comfort for progress. If you're not investing, you're working for people who are. Your friends are a mirror of your standards. Look closely. You're not confused. You're just scared to make a decision. It's your spending habits, not your income, that's keeping you broke. Your excuses are valid, but they're still holding you back. And your emergency fund is for emergencies. Learn to say no. Hope that helps.
This is the difference between how men and women deal with a breakup. In advance, don't get mad at me, because you're probably going to get mad at me, but it's going to make so much sense. So you know that meme where it's like women one day after a breakup and she's crying and men are like running through a field happy, and then it shows them 2 weeks after breakup and the woman's the one that's happy and the man that is the one that's like down bad? The reason for that being is because men are excited to have a novel experience. It's programmed into them biologically to want novel experiences and to want a new girl. Look up the Coolidge effect. So if you break up with a guy or he breaks up with you and he's like totally fine about it, it means there's a different girl on his radar. He's excited to be single again. And maybe he's not thinking that all the way through. and he's forgotten what it was like for him to be single in the first place, or he's not appreciating what you bring to the table for him in his life. He's just excited to be single. Meanwhile, women, we invested all of this effort into this individual. So for us, it's a loss. If he's totally fine after a breakup, that means there is a different girl. And that is why they keep other women in their orbit. Because to them, it's not cheating if they don't stick their in somebody else. But they'll still keep in contact with other people. They'll still be friendly with people. They'll still have friends that are girls that they're attracted to. You know, they'll still follow girls. They'll still like other girls' pictures because they're keeping tabs on other women. So when you break up, in their mind, they're thinking, oh my gosh, yay, I get to go run to Stacy, who I like, you know, just say little cute flirty things here and there with and see what's up over there. After a couple weeks when the novelty wears off, that's when they start to come to their senses and they're like, oh shit, I'm not that guy. That's when all that, they're gonna come down from that high and they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I miss, you know, everything reminds me of her. I miss doing these things with her. I miss doing those things with her. Like, I fucked up. Women are gonna take those 2 weeks to heal. We're gonna take those 2 weeks to get back in touch with ourselves, to work out, to be with friends, to like mourn and to like, you know, recuperate, to get ourselves right emotionally again. So that's why after 2 weeks, we're like, oh my gosh, I've done so much healing. I feel so much better. That's also why when he comes back in 2 weeks, do not take him back. If he doesn't come back to you, if he doesn't try when the breakup happens or he breaks up with you, if days go by and you don't hear anything from him, he's just fine with the breakup, that is what that meant. He went and ran to somebody else. He eventually came to his senses, which they always do, and then he comes back to you. But that is why you cannot take him back.
I've noticed this, and I want to hear other people's thoughts, but men really do pay attention to other men's wives and how that wife conducts herself. I've been complimented so many times by other men, and the compliment is always referring back to my husband. Wow, your husband is blessed. The way you carry yourself, the way you resemble yourself is really a reflection of how the husband is and how masculine he is and how well kept the house is and how everything's in order. He has everything in order. If you are loud and obnoxious and you talk over your man or you belittle him in front of other people or you just don't respect him in places where he's conducting himself with other men pay attention to that. And I think your man is craving that. I do. I think a lot of men are craving to be resembled well by you. Women, he wants you to just walk out and be a woman of class and wise and graceful and not like a wild beast.
Yeah, right.
And so when he's asking certain things from you, it's because he wants to be respected.
I like that.
Not just by you, but by other people too. He wants other men to look at him and say, your house is in order. I can tell. And I can tell you're a masculine man because she is clearly submissive and she clearly cares about how she resembles you when she walks out the door. That is top tier showing your man that you respect him. And he will feel very loved by you.
Here's what happens when you don't give the narcissist the reaction that they're seeking. A narcissist actually masters a technique that I like to call the provoke and record. This is when they provoke you to anger and they secretly record you supposedly acting crazy. Keep in mind that the narcissist needs you to be angry for this one. So when you're not giving in to their antics, they actually up the ante. They actually ramp up the abuse so bad that you actually either give in or you get down and dirty with them. But when you're actually up on the game that they're playing and you decide to not give them the reaction that they're looking for, you decide to ignore them permanently, block them, ignore them, do not answer the phone calls, you cause a narcissistic injury. And this is where the narcissist explodes, but they're not going to explode on you. They're going to explode on themselves.
Interesting. And we've come to the end of the video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and also share with your friends and click on the notification bell icon so that any video that I post, you will be the first to get it. Adios amigos, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.